So welcome to camp. We're in a place called Manor Farm, I think it is. We're just outside of Bradford-on-Avon and it's a lovely spot on the River Frome. You can see here where I'm parked at. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he might be trying to send us a message. Hello and welcome. Today's journey sees us cooking Asian style barbecue mackerel and slow cooked pulled pork on the campfire while enjoying some very relaxing kayaking down the river. But before we get to our camp, we're off to explore the beautiful historic town of Bradford-on-Avon. If you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe as it really helps us as a small channel. This place is Silver Street Antiques and Collectibles, and in the window there's this amazing model ship. I have no idea of the time it would take to make something like that. It's incredibly ornate and intricate. I believe it's the, what is it? It's the HMS Pegasus. This place is insanely pretty. The buildings are magnificent. Just walking down the street and seeing this window, and in this window it's got some newspaper articles, the Time Traveller News. We're on the canal now in Bradford-on-Avon, and there's all these fantastic canal boats along moored up along the canal here, so we're going to take a look down some of those. I don't think so, no. I think they pay mooring, as I said. My understanding is there are mooring fees, so kind of like pitch fees for camping, and that covers the amenities that they get given. Yeah.
Could you write a letter to these people?
Again, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but my understanding is that there's like post-collection points where they can collect their mail. So it's not like a physical house address, but it is I believe it is an address you can post to, because you post it to there. I think. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not an expert on this, but yeah, I don't know, perhaps we should send them one. See if they get it. Barton Grange Farm. Let's have a look. It's an impressive door, isn't it? Crikey. So what is this? Wow, look at the woodwork up there, the timber. That is extraordinary, isn't it? Look at that. This is an enormous place. There's this huge expanse of space here, and these roof beams are something else. So the barn itself then is a tithe barn, and it's enormous. And it was a place where people would pay, well, essentially a tax, I suppose, to the religion of the day, and they would have to give 10% of their harvest. I suppose not that dissimilar to modern times, just a bit less. Instead of paying 10%, now we pay a heck of a lot more, but the principle, I guess, is the same. Anyway, it's an absolutely extraordinary slice of history, and interesting to look at. So we're just about to go into this place behind us. It's called the Old Bridge Tea Rooms. Apparently it's a wonderful sort of slice of history, and looking forward to having a really nice cream tea. We'll let you know how it goes. So the renowned Victorian Tea Rooms, double winners of the UK's top tea place, the home of West Country afternoon teas. Right, we're looking forward to this. Back now from the tea rooms, and it was a lovely little place. It was very, very nice, and the tea itself was great. Very expensive though. I've just got to be accepting of that. It was a lot of money, but it was a lovely little experience. And then we took a little trip down memory lane. I didn't put this on video because it started to rain, but I went down to a place where, as a decorator years ago, we worked out it was over 25 years ago, when those townhouses down that street were built. It was me and a friend of mine at the time who I worked with. We painted them. So yeah, a little trip down memory lane, a little trip down to a life that I used to lead, and yeah, it was interesting. So fantastic cream tea. Now we're off to the next destination. Just to rub salt in. It's very beautiful, isn't it? Lovely. The his and her thrones in the van are now prepared. We're here for a couple of days, so we may as well be comfy. To camp. We're in a place called Manor Farm, I think it is. We're just outside of Bradford-on-Avon, and it's a lovely spot on the River Frome. You can see here where I'm parked up. That is the River Frome, and this is the campsite. So let me just give you a little a look round. So essentially, we're in this manor house here. Oh yeah, we've got some little friends here that are busy having at it. So I'll flip the camera and I'll show you around. So this is the River Frome itself, and there's a lovely little way down into the water there. So we're hoping to get the kayak out in the morning, maybe even later today, depending on how I feel, but probably in the morning. It's absolutely stunning. So here, look, is the manor house itself up there. And there's a few other people here as well, but it's not too busy at all. So here, look, we've got our lovely little setup. So we've gone for, because we're here for a couple of days, we've gone for the full effort here. The fire pit, the loo, the whole shebang. So it's going to be nice and cosy. Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Let's go have a look, shall we? So they got this fabulous little shepherd's hut here, which looks really nice, very snug. It's obviously got a wood burning stove in there, old-fashioned tractor. And then down here again, look, there's another way into the river here, which is really nice. So this is the courtyard of the manor house. Absolutely beautiful, very, very picturesque. Welcome to the washroom. So this is a lovely little spot. So this is obviously an old stable, and you can see these wonderful floors, all cobbled and everything here, and the dividers here, which have obviously been redone. But it's a lovely, lovely building. Yeah, it's definitely an old stable of some sort. So we've got obviously the usual sink stuff, basic washroom. There's a little bookstore here. Wait until I tell Louise about that. She does love a good book. And showers. There we are. But showers are on a meter. What are they? 50 pence. How long do you get for your 50 pence? 8 minutes. There we are. That should be ample time to wash my flowing locks. Come see what I found. Okay. Back to the books.
Oh, wow. Oh, lovely.
So now we're back at base. The fire is on. The beer is about to be opened. Cheers. Okay, now to get on with the cooking. So today we're going to go for Asian style barbecue mackerel. So we've got some lovely fresh mackerel here. We've got a little bit of couscous we're going to have. Now with the mackerel we're going to have some cider vinegar, some paprika, some honey, some lemon juice, some lime, some garlic and some ginger, and we're going to mix all that up for the fish. And then we're also going to have a little side salad of some spinach and lettuce and things. All right, so the fish is now ready to go, so we're going to put it on the barbecue. Morning. We called it a night last night after our fantastic fish dinner, and it's an absolutely stunning day. So this morning we're going to go for a walk, and I don't know whether you can see behind me, I don't know whether it's there in the distance, but there's a castle apparently down this way. So we're going to go wandering off to find it. It's a beautiful day, so that's how we're going to spend our morning. Good morning, Louise. So we're off. It shouldn't take too long to get there. And even if it does, it's okay, because as I say, it's a stunning morning, and so we're just enjoying the walk. We're walking along, and there's this absolutely stunning little row of houses behind me, and they've got the most glorious mature wisteria all growing up the tops of it. There's a few houses down here like that. It's just so picturesque. We're a couple of miles outside of Bradford-on-Avon, following down the River Frome towards this castle, and it's just such a lovely walk. So the place is called Farley Castle, and we're kind of here now. So if we look at the entrance here, you can see it's pretty impressive building. There's more to it than this, but the entrance alone is quite impressive. Now it looks as if there's a cost to go in, and I'm not sure whether or not we're going to pay that. It depends. We'll have a little look now. So we're walking up the public footpath now. It seems that we can actually walk down this road okay. The area that you have to pay for is fenced off. So we're just taking a little stroll down, and you can see enough of the grounds, and it's quite impressive. It covers quite a lot of ground here. It's in a lot of ruins, but nonetheless it gives you an impression of how magnificent it must have been when it was first built. Now heading back towards where we're parked up in the campsite, so just a little snack in between, healthy. Look, see, nice apple. We'll carry on, and then when we get back, we'll get cooking. We're going to be doing pulled pork on the fire in one of these, a Dutch oven. So these are fantastic bits of kit. Use it regularly, really like the thing. So today we're going to put it to work, and we're going to do some pulled pork. It's going to take a good few hours, so we're going to get everything done and then going to go out on the river, because that's where we're parked up today. We're on the River Frome, so we're going to get out on the kayak for a few hours while this cooks down. So the first thing that we need is a good chunk of pork shoulder, which is here. Now, what I'm going to be using with this is, I'll just run you through the list of ingredients, because what I'm going to do is, where it's one pot, where it's in the Dutch oven, it's all going to go in together, and it's all just going to slowly cook down, and then at the end I'll shred all the meat and everything and just give it the final go round. So we've got some sugar, we've got a couple of onions, we've got some garlic. I'm using some cider vinegar, but you can use whatever really. I've got some fruity brown sauce, so this is my little hack for this really. I haven't got any barbecue sauce, so I'm going to make my own, and I'm just going to use the fruity brown sauce as a base there, just to give it a bit of a twang. I've got some Worcester sauce. Again, I don't have any molasses per se, so I'm just going to use some cheap golden syrup that we picked up. It will do to give it the sort of sweetness that we're looking for, so that will work for that. So I've got some paprika, I've got some cumin, I've got some whole grain mustard. Now I use the whole grain because personally that's what I prefer, but each to their own. And then I've got 2 beers. So one beer is for the pot, the other one is for the cook. So that's really all the ingredients that we're going to be using. Obviously today got the Old Faithful, going to be breaking out the knife in a moment just to get everything organised and prepped. So it shouldn't take long to get everything in the pot. And then it's just a case then of it slowly cooking away. So the fire's on, the fire's burning down, we've got the tripod set up. We're going to hang the pot off the tripod in a little while just so we can regulate the heat. And then we'll take it from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop up some onions. Now they're going to go into the base and create a protective layer, a trivet if you will. The meat's going to sit on that, and that's hopefully going to stop the bottom from burning too much. It's also going to really add flavour once we put all the juices in. So let's get chopping. So as you can see, the meat is just plonked straight on the top there, and now we're going to add everything else to go into it to give the flavour. I'm going to throw a few of these cloves in because, well, I quite like garlic, so for me it's a nice taste. Yeah, a good glug of cider vinegar, a good glug of Worcester sauce. Okay, going to add a good dollop of mustard, some of the golden syrup that I talked about. Now, so technically you're supposed to use sort of molasses. As I don't have any of that, then we're just going to go with some of this. To be fair, this probably isn't the greatest stuff, but nonetheless it will give it a sweet taste, which is kind of what we're after. And again, the same with the fruity brown sauce. I'm sort of making a barbecue sauce kind of thing out of this, but remember we're camping, so it's just throwing together what you got really. Healthy glug of paprika. Healthy glug of cumin. And something I nearly forgot, a chili pepper. I'm going to stick that in there in a moment. So we're going to put some sugar in first. Now you'll notice that I'm not really measuring this. I'm not really much of a measurer. So what I tend to do is I just sort of, I got a rough idea of what the kind of levels that I want, and then I'll adjust the taste as we go along. So throw some sugar in. Seems like a lot, I know, but of course it's all going to cook down. It's all going to mix in with the meat. And yeah, it's probably not the most healthy meal in the world, but again, it's all it's all for the taste, isn't it? So, like we said, we got one for the cooking pot and one for me. Let's get the chili chopped and in. I'm de-seeding it because I don't want it to be too hot. I want it to have more of a sort of just a fruity tang to it. So I'm de-seeding the chilies just to take the edge off the heat. Everything is now in the pot. Now we're going to put this onto the fire and just slow cook it up for a few hours. And there we go. So we're going to keep an eye on that periodically just to make sure we're not overcooking it. But essentially now that's going to simmer away for a good few hours. In the meantime, I'm going to go get in my kayak and have a little canoe down the river. This is absolutely stunning. So basically I'm on the River Frome. and I'm just having this absolutely lovely paddle down.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
So it's about 6:30 in the evening, and it's an absolutely glorious, glorious evening. The sun is just beginning to move its position, which is creating these lovely light dapple effects on the water. Yeah, this is ever so nice. Back from kayaking now. So now it's time. It's had a good few hours. It should have all cooked down really well. So I'm going to take it out now, chop it up, and then put it back into the juices and then cook that again for about another hour. Okay, so let's separate this up now. For me, it's either really good pulled pork or good crackling. You can't have both. If I'm wrong, please tell me, and if there's a way of doing it, do let me know. So essentially, what I normally do is I take this off and then I do try and crisp it up on the fire. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. After a long day of cooking, we finally have, at around 7:30 at night, a lovely pulled pork. So we've got salad, some lovely smoky cheddar to go with it, some fantastic sourdough bread from a local baker down the road, and a good old bottle of wine. Fire's cooking, seats warming, everything is looking good.